on, babies.
And welcome into another edition of Snapshot, the Patriots recap show with the Seven Minds boys. We are joined, as always, by Bobby in a new room, I'm assuming, in the corner.
Absolutely.
White on white power Bowie, back at it again.
Is that your mother's dildo in the corner, left corner?
Yeah, I keep it there just so everybody can see. Why not?
Perfect.
It's like a Buffalo Bills fan. Ray is coming hot off the man in the streets in Chicago for the game, for one of the lonesome wins of the season. So you didn't mush that one away. Good job, Ray.
Thank you.
Of course, we're going to be talking about the Patriots win 19-3 against the Bears on Sunday, bringing the Patriots to a 3-7 record. Without further ado, let's do some opening takes. Ray, you're under suspension. You start first. Your opening take of that game on Sunday.
Thank you there, Richard. Like you said, I was live and in person there. First thing I did was I sat down. Bears fans started heckling me, and I said, hey, don't worry. This is going to be an easy win for you guys today. And they said, we'll see who laughs last. We know we suck. We're going to lose this game. Right they are. That team is fucking horrible. I don't know what they should do. They were booing out the fucking coaches before halftime. They hate their offensive coordinator, Shane, whatever the fuck his name is. Waldron, thank you. It is just a shit show, and let's pray that we don't get like the Bears.
Bobby?
Have the Patriots quietly, subtly righted the ship? 2 wins out of 3, a competitive overtime loss before, and a myriad of positive reports now resurfacing after this Bears win. Drake Maye giving speeches, and we're talking about other things. Has Coach Vibes found something here?
Spoiler alert, no. We'll talk more about that in the show. My opening take is a win's a win. This has to do with what Bobby's talking about, but also what Ray's talking about. Look, if you're capable of beating bad teams, and that's all you're capable of, whether it be your roster or your coaching or your franchise, then beat bad teams. That loss to the Titans, that was not a step in the right direction, Bobby. You're wrong. You're an idiot. That was a step in the wrong direction. That's a bad team. Should have won that game, had it in the bag. They didn't. They had this one in the bag, and they won. So that's good. Step in the right direction. Growth is not linear unless it's in Ray's mother's ass. This is the Seven Sports Show. Snapshot, Week 10 edition, Patriots versus the Bears. I got some teeth pulled today, so I can't fucking talk, and everything is flying out of my mouth. This is going to be one of the most frustrating shows possible, and Ray has been nothing but a cunt since he got on the plane and off the plane to Chicago. Welcome to the Seven Sports Show. The Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
Vacation. I'm gonna quay all these. I'm gonna fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's Q-U-E. You idiot. Yep, I can't talk without fairly significant pain going through my body and my mouth. So this is good. Luckily, I have you two fine gentlemen to look at. So one of my sensories is doing okay. And you could.
Is that your erection? Is that your sensory of having an erection at looking at us?
Those words did not make sense in the context in which you said them. Fuck off, Ray. Shut up unless spoken to today. I am not in the mood. If you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome. As I just pointed out. Fuck me. If you're listening on your preferred podcast platform, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, subscribe, rate, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers, go to Seven Minds Sports, hit that smash button on the weekly reports that we send out. to get the latest exclusive content from Dr. Big Mac himself. Spoiler alert, it's mostly boobs. All right. Look, easy question. I'll start with you, Ray. Was that a good win?
Yes. Because
Oh,
you're
you
supposed to
fucking snapping asshole. Say what you
What?
said on the text message, or this isn't going the way I want it to go. Or whatever. Fucking say whatever you want. I'm glad your hair is back, by the way, and you're finally okay to show it on camera. Got it.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. He doesn't look like a rapist anymore.
Thank you.
Well,
No, okay. And the text exchange said it's a bad win because it's just a bad team that you played down to their competition once again. Titans, you should have beat them last week. That's what it shows. The coaching staff didn't look like they got any better this week than they have in weeks past. It's just a vanilla game plan. The defense played against a shitty offensive line. They had 9 sacks. It was one of those games that you should have won.
Bobby, was this a good win?
Yeah, it was a good one. It's not often that your defense holds a team. You get 9 sacks, you hold the team to 3 points, and you actually execute the plan that you set out. When you set out a game plan and execute it to win the game, that's a good win.
Good win. You're a bad team that beat another bad team. That's how you start moving forward. You have to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Chicago acquiesced to this loss. Fine, take it. The Jets, same thing. Weeks before, when you didn't want to give them credit, Ray, they blew it. And we know now the Jets are not that good. So you got to take these wins. That's why the Titans was a step backwards. They should have won that one as well. But here we are, 3-7. You've climbed from the first overall draft positions point to the 7th. A lot of idiots online are mad about that. You shouldn't be.
They are idiots.
We need a tank for Travis Hunter. That's all you fucking hear.
Nope.
All you hear from these guys.
That's dumb. You need to start building this position, this team from the inside out, like they should have done last year, like should have been doing for multiple years running. We'll see if they still have a chance. So to quickly answer your question, Bobby, have they righted the ship? No. And I'll use Ray's answer because they still have the buffoons in charge that put the ship in the place that it's at. And if anybody is going to get credit for righting the ship, I think the majority of it goes to Drake Maye. Considering he's accounting for 95% of the offense last week, and now we found out that he's running meetings. They basically just literally handed over the keys to the ship. So, how else do you want me to look at that? So, no, I don't think they're going in the right direction. Does Gerard Mayo still have their ear a little bit? Sure. Wins help. A good quarterback helps. But you still have the Wolf Pack, Elliott Wolf, and those bozos in the front office that have given him a horrible roster. And you still have Alex Van Pelt running an offense from 1989, which, by the way, they still only scored 19 points in that game that they won.
So whose side are you on, mine or Bobby's?
I'm on my side. Bobby, have they righted the ship? Did you ask a question, or did you?
I was asking the question. I don't actually believe that they've done that, but you could make a case that they've done it. What I think that they've done is they've just figured out the way to play with this shitty team. So now that they have their formula and they've done it as best as they can, we'll see what happens when they play the Rams. I'm pretty sure they'll lose relatively comfortably. I think it'll look a lot like the 49ers game early in the season. There'll be points where it looks competitive, and at the end of the game, they're going to lose by 2 touchdowns. I don't see it. It'll be a litmus test. You look at the past 3 games, and they've basically played the only 3 teams in the league that are worse than them.
Not great. Except the loss to the Jags too. So that's not great.
But
okay.
do you think 19 points is sufficient enough against that shitty Bears defense? Like, shouldn't there have been a lot more points if you thought the train was or the ship was getting written in the right direction? Shouldn't they have been putting up they should have blown them out?
I have a question for you, Raymond. On the broadcast, they made a lot of the wind. Was it actually that windy there?
I've never seen the goalpost shake like they did when I was there.
So
it was fucking windy out.
In that instance, I mean, it seems like that's okay. It was difficult to throw the ball because it looked like Caleb Williams couldn't handle the wind. It looked like he literally couldn't deal with it. It seemed like Drake Maye was fine with it. So if the weather really was a factor, I can understand why moving the ball would be difficult.
19 points is 19 points. They came out in the second half. They're 3-and-outs. I don't know how many 3-and-outs they had, but there was a clear lack of adjustment or lack of another game plan coming out of the half. There are too many drive stalls. Their offense is still not potent enough. The only time they move the ball down the field, and we'll get to this, so we're jumping ahead, is a couple big plays to Austin Hooper from Drake Maye, which are nice throw and catches, which had kind of little to do with the offense. You can say they had a couple nice schemed up plays, which they did. The touchdown to Polk was nice. They got Douglas involved.
The best hands in the NFL.
Thank you. They had less plays going sideways, it seemed like, this game, and more going forward. So that was nice to see. Some quick outs, but don't get it mistaken. 19 points is 19 points. You're not winning many games like that.
The running game wasn't very effective yesterday either. I mean, I don't know what was going on. I mean,
They moved the ball.
They moved the ball.
They moved the ball. They bullied the Bears all game.
I'm going to chalk that stupid comment up to you being at the game and not having a clear view. It's always a little bit easier to see what's going on when you're watching TV.
Yeah. I was also very intoxicated.
Fair enough. Well, then I take back my stupid comment. There's a drunk comment. 144 yards rushing for the Pats, 5.44 per carry.
Oh, so they did do it. They bullied
and they initiated their drives like that, Bobby. They did not have one negative play to start a drive all game long. It was the first time that's happened maybe in 2 seasons.
Yeah. Was there any false? There was no false starts either. I don't think I think the offensive line had a clean game.
The Patriots had a couple of procedural penalties. They didn't have any penalties of note. When I went back and looked at the box score, I think they had 7 for 40 yards, but there was no penalties of consequence. The refs held the flags like all game. It was actually good. It was good officiating.
Yep. 2 offensive line penalties first drive of the second half. So
holding though, right? It was holding.
Drunken comment there.
No, those are holding calls.
I'm not sure.
I was saying they didn't have any false starts. Usually there's always a fuck up the first down. They always have a false start in first series. Nothing.
Yeah. Well, it was they stick with the continuity of the offensive line. With Nwinu at guard, Jacobs at right tackle, Ben Brown at center, Michael Jordan, and what the fuck's the left tackle?
Jacobs?
No, left tackle.
Oh, Badarian Lowe.
Thank you. I've got dentist brain. Well, let's go into the pros, cons, and observations here from Chief Bobby throughout the game. We're going to start with a pro. They got a win. They get a pro. Patriots defense was the story of the day. The Bears, a complete ineptitude on offense, had the Patriots looking like a vintage dynasty defense. A franchise record 9 sacks on the day, which I don't give them any credit for. I think all of them were Caleb Williams' fault. He held that ball for an eternity.
Really bad.
Was that one of it? Can I stop you real quick? Because college football, Bobby, was he like that in college at USC? Do you always hold on to the ball, or just something that he's just doing in the NFL?
You say they ran the spread offense, so he always had they were like 5 wide. He would just go back, run around, throw the ball. It was never like a pro set like they have him running now.
Gotcha. Everybody runs a spread offense in college football. Raymond, it's ruining the NFL. We've talked about this. There isn't a single quarterback that can come in and run an NFL system. So,
gotcha. Done. Sorry, apologies.
The Bears never really threatened the Pats at all. Held the running game in check. 73 yards for the Bears. Brandon Schooler was playing he
was quarterback spy. He played middle linebacker
for the Patriots. That's how bad your linebacking core is. But also,
he actually played it pretty well.
Didn't do a horrible job. I think if there was a decent quarterback back there that applied any pressure within the passing game, he would have got lit up. But they didn't. Yeah. And he came late on some blitzes. Their overload blitzes seemed to be working the entire game with no adjustments from the Bears. And Brandon Schooler was actually a part of that. So good on you there, Schools. 142 yards total on the day. Held the Bears 1 of 14 on third down. Best performance of the year for defense on the defense for sure. Obviously, only 3 points on the scoreboard, but boy, oh boy, do the Bears friggin' stink.
Yep.
How did they win 4 games?
Well, I guess they're beat up on the offensive line. They have a bunch of injuries. They had 4
line.
4 starters were out, so that was one of the things that was a problem. And then it just seems like DJ Moore, who's the other wide receiver there?
They got
Dunze and Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen and DJ Moore are just like jogging through their routes. They didn't even give a fuck. You can tell they're just like over the season already. I think there's a terrible locker room. It's terrible.
Yeah, we'll get to the Bears quitting on their team in an observation here. But before we do that, Keenan Allen, if he was jogging through his routes, Marcus Jones, woof, he got burnt. Keenan Allen burnt that boy. I don't know, 4 times at least on crossing.
He's an average height. He's an average height guy. He can't,
Well, then what's his excuse for just trailing him and giving
little
up?
Little legs.
Good point. Good point. Final thoughts on the defense in terms of riding the ship. Have they found anything? I'll give you a little nugget. Just popped in my head. I read it today. some of the credit to the defense and offensive line playing better this game was they switched up their practice on Wednesday. And get this, they actually hit each other. They actually ran full speed in pads, blocking and defensive line practices on Wednesday. And to a man, they all said, boy, that really helped us when we got in the game. It's almost like we could see it coming.
So they haven't been doing that this whole year? Wow.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
I couldn't fucking believe it.
Players coach, baby. Players coach.
The players were like baffled too. Like Jarrod Mayo's got all the fucking answers, man. You're never going to believe what we did. All of us. Offensive line versus defensive line in pads. Lined up, snapped the ball, full speed. Fucking nuts. Mayo's a genius.
Who would have ever thought it?
It's insane. It's insane.
Unbelievable. When I first saw that headline, I'm like, oh, like maybe like schematically, maybe they dialed something up. Nope, just practiced.
They just practiced.
With pads.
Fuck.
Weird.
So that whole riding the ship thing is really going down. By the end of this, the ship will be burnt. By the end of this episode. Speaking of burnt, here's the con. We're gonna go Drake Maye. Welcome to the show. Drake Maye is in your con section, as in bad. Played well enough to get his first true win as a career in the NFL, but had an awful interception. Also needs to learn how to slide. Kid is dumb as rocks. I like it, but come on. Those were some ridiculous plays with plenty of opportunity to slide. Definitive rockhead plays out there. Does remind you a little bit of Josh Allen, I will agree, but needs to clean some of the things up. Some of it will get better with talent around him, as Bobby puts it. Your thoughts on Drake Maye, Bobby? You landed him in your negative column in this.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have an outstanding game. He played well enough to win, and I thought it was the first half was just typical Drake Maye. He had a few wow plays. He takes off running, makes a few throws an absolutely horrid pick where they showed a perfect replay where he runs out, he's looking, everybody, we can all see the defender, and he just tosses it right to him. No idea what he's looking at. So he has to clean that stuff up. Luckily, obviously, it didn't affect the game, but he has absolute talent. His ball cuts through the wind. He can play in these circumstances. It's got to click up here, and he's got to be dialed in. Maybe he wasn't mentally in it right there. I don't know.
Oh, if you don't think this cat's mentally prepared in it and locked in, I don't know what to listen to this. Right, we have the clip, right?
Phones down, notepads down real quick. Clap it up for the defense, man. Clap it up. Somebody else clap up. There we go. Appreciate you. There we go.
As soon as someone started clapping with him, he's like, yeah, there you go. Hey.
First of all, he looks like Ray on Thursdays.
Yeah, just groggy, sleepy. Doesn't even know what's going on. Second of all, whoever clapped, fire that guy. That guy doesn't love. He does not get back in the press room. You don't clap.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he
It
does.
was probably one of the Bears players.
Yeah.
No, Drake's gonna have him front and center. He'll answer his
Handsome.
question first on Sunday night.
Fucking integrity. I watched that whole presser, and when he was asked about the interception, he like same jovial, like kind of Gronk, like nervous energy. He's like, yeah, definitely want to have that one back. Stupid decision. Trying to throw it away. Got to throw it away a little bit farther.
I like this kid. He's dumb as shit.
I actually love him too. Like if he has that simplicity, like next time he goes to throw that ball away and that, which I don't think he was throwing the ball away. I think he was trying to.
No, I think he was throwing it right to that receiver.
Yeah. But either way, like that's getting out of bounds next time. I think he's learning from his mistakes.
Yeah. You would see Mac Jones do that last year.
He does have the right mentality. He doesn't let shit bother him because he doesn't care.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll have another time to bring this up in the show. Maybe we can do it on Thursday. But what did you think of that throw? KJ Osborne stepped out of bounds. Would have been.
He fucking curved it.
That was a dynamic throw. He just.
So again, let's go back to coaching. We're going to burn this ship. A little bit of a tangent here. KJ Osborne is in the game at that point. Can't keep his feet in fucking bounds. You are the professional. You were supposed to be the veteran there, and the play's not over till it's over. Drake Maye makes a Sports Center throw. A P to the sideline would have been an unbelievable touchdown, but you can't keep your feet in bounds? Come on, dude. And that guy's playing after we got the report pretty much mid-game that they were benching Kendrick Bourne so they could play the young kids and see what they had going on. But KJ
Osborne.
KJ Osborne.
I'm getting the two mixed up. KJ Osborne missed the catch in the end zone, and they
Correct.
benched Kendrick Bourne so the kids could play.
No, you had that right. Yeah.
Well, why the fuck is KJ Osborne in there screwing plays? Is no one teaching these receivers that the white is out of bounds? Is no one teaching that? How many times have we seen Patriots receivers simply not put their toes in the field of play this season? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is
That's
Troy
just-
Brown? Troy Brown's the wide receiver coach, correct?
No, it's Tyler
He got fired.
Hughes.
It's like Taekwon Underwood.
No. It's Tyler Hughes. It's a white guy. Tyler Hughes from Washington.
Oh.
Oh, there's the
Washington
first
University.
mistake.
He came over with Jalen Polk. Troy
Oh,
Brown.
so he's the reason why we got Jalen Polk?
Maybe Troy Brown's still on the staff. I think he's assistant to the assistant coach or something. He's got a real Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Schrute. He's Dwight Schrute. Gotcha.
After he sucked at wide receiver coach. So they need a good wide receiver coach. They don't have one. Jalen Polk, we're here. We're talking about it. Got his first touchdown, best hands in the league. Ray, you saw it up front and center there in Soldier Field.
I did.
That was his only play of the day. Any thoughts on Jalen Polk?
Great stat line. 1 catch, 2 yards, 1 touchdown.
There you go.
That's a Sunday afternoon right there.
We also had the report. Drake Maye held that meeting on Wednesday. Got the roster humming. A lot of response from that.
That's why he belongs on the good list, not a con. He deserves a pro. Anyone that goes and speaks up to the defense and just gives them that fucking pep talk, and they go out and have 9 sacks on Sunday. Come on.
It's pros, cons, and observations from the Week 10 game, not the Wednesday meeting.
Oh, sorry.
Good comeback.
But they also did that on Sunday with the 9 sacks because of his thing on Wednesday.
I did your mom on last night.
Yeah.
Lap 5.
Yeah. You didn't land that one.
That was bad.
God damn it.
A permanent con on this list, you could always just fall back on AVP, who again, no inspiration coming out of that.
I saw him up and close because my neighbor was at the game as well, and he was like right down low. So he's like, "Come down my section like before the game." Blah blah blah. Had a beer, and AVP came strutting out. He's fat. He's a fat man.
I think they like to say large, and he's probably he's probably a Chicago medium.
Probably.
Look, while we're here on the offense, they did get the running game going. So if that's something that they can keep moving forward, that's how Alex Van Pelt wants to and needs to run his offense. So if they can re-legitimize that, is legitimize a word? I don't think
nope.
so. If they can get that running game going again and making it the starting point of their offense, then maybe you can unleash some play action and get Drake Maye on the bootleg, and maybe it opens some things up. I'm not saying that will happen, but that should be their goal, seeing as the entire fucking offensive philosophy is predicated on them running the ball. It'd be nice to see him try and do that again to give Drake Maye some relief behind them.
Real quick, if we're on the running game, why didn't Gibson play at all in the first 3 quarters? Why did he only play on that one drive? That was weird. He looked great on that drive. He salted the game away. Like, what was up with that?
Maybe
I don't know.
Let's keep it in-house for once.
Why is Kendrick Bourne benched? I just think it's another example of they are not totally locked in on personnel decisions or game day decisions. Antonio Gibson was a lightning rod for you earlier in this season, and he hasn't seen the field nearly at all as your running game has been struggling. So I don't know. And Hasty, I can never see Hasty run the ball again and be okay. That guy is as slow as a processor and runner I've seen in a long time running in the NFL.
He's not very good.
Okay. Well, there you go. Here's your observation. This is a big one. This is the best growing trend in the NFL. I wouldn't even say growing. It's the best trend in the NFL, as Bobby puts. The Patriots' dominance over lesbian quarterbacks continues. There it is. Chalk that up for a short. As has been observed and reported all year round here by the Simple Mind Sports Show, the Patriots defense owns lesbians. Caleb Williams puts himself in the camp as lesbians because he wears dresses, likes to paint his nails all kinds of funky, pretty colors. And again, PSA, we're not saying there's anything wrong with lesbians at all.
No, I love lesbians.
Very
Simple
simple
observation.
The Patriots dominate them on the football field. As Bobby puts, Mayo and Company really dial it up when the lesbians come to town. Caleb Williams, 16 of 30, 120 yards in the day. Looks like he can't throw in that wind. Looks disinterested. He wears a dress. And the New England Patriots reject femininity. I can't talk. I don't have teeth altogether. So the trend continues, boys. I don't know if there's anything else needs to be said to that. We support lesbians and we like them.
I love lesbians.
The Patriots also love playing them as quarterbacks because they dominate them.
Are we the only people talking about this? Because it is a legitimate trend.
Yeah, it's pretty close. And we're not saying that Caleb Williams is a lesbian. We're just saying that it feels
Lesbian
like
looking.
you
Lesbian
might-
looking.
yeah,
That's
Joe
always been the
Burrow.
trend.
Joe Burrow. looks
Burrow
like
was
lesbian.
legitimately
That's why we had to
transitioning
win.
now.
That's why we had to win.
Yeah,
Aaron
for
Rodgers is
anybody,
borderline.
anybody new to the show, week 1, the meme that came out about Joe Burrow walking through the stadium and he looked exactly like Ellen DeGeneres, and the meme was Joe Burrow is a lesbian. And then the Patriots went on to win that game. Then you've got a Trevor Lawrence. Patriots should have won that game. Just the joke was too good not to pass up.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy played well against Brock Purdy.
Not a lesbian.
Not a lesbian. He got the win. And now here, Caleb Williams. So it is a significant trend. Keep your eye out moving forward. We got to take a look at these quarterbacks moving forward. According to Raymond, here's another observation. Our on-site correspondent, the city hates that team, as you put, Ray. Chicago, the Bears hate the coach. The players hate the coach. The fans hate the team. They quit, and they look like dog shit in that game. At least we're not the Bears. Is that the energy you got? How quickly did that stadium file out?
Sure. It actually started. The boost started coming in the second quarter, so that's how early it started.
They should have. They're terrible. They got the number 1 overall pick. They had the pick from what they have 1 and 4. They got a Dunze.
So yeah, then they dropped
1 and I think it was 9.
Yeah, that's when they got a Dunze.
A Dunze who looks like he can't do anything, but you can't judge
He
him.
looks average at best. He just looks like a guy.
Yeah. That Washington offense, we got to see Pettit. Wasn't down there in Atlanta? Who's the quarterback for Washington?
Penix.
He's probably gonna be a linchpin for the whole thing, making those wide receivers look like studs out there.
Yep.
Either that or Caleb Williams really is bad, and I hope that's the case. Toot didn't like this kid, the attitude coming out of college, the holier than now, complaining all the time, bad loser, never won big games. He's the Markelle Fultz. If you remember Markelle Fultz in the Jason Tatum draft, taken by the 76ers, lost to Yale in basketball. Markelle Fultz did. Same deal with Caleb Williams. He was losing to teams that he never should have lost to his whole career. Never thought this kid was going to work out, and it just seems like, certainly not mentality-wise, it doesn't look like he handled it, but physically, he can't process the game, or he doesn't, and he can't get away with that in the NFL, running around. He's not faster than enough people, and he can't throw the ball hard enough to beat the NFL defenses. So, Chicago, sorry. God dang. That's...
Whenever you cry to your mother after losing in college and you're a grown man, that's when you know you have a problem. That's a red flag right there.
Yeah. And if it was just that'd be one thing. But he has a whole litany of just like character flaws. So anyway, we knew that was coming. Toot. Let's end on a good note. They actually executed not only a good but a terrific end of half series of plays, culminating in a large in-cut, in-breaking route to Booty, who is also another positive. This kid looks like he's become somewhat of a consistent weapon.
He's their most consistent wide receiver.
Drake Maye, what did he throw that with 15 seconds when the ball was snapped? And then they got it down there.
Yeah, it snapped on 1.
Well, they spiked it on 1, but I think there was 15 seconds when they started the play.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
They threw, they got the play, they got the in route, they got everybody down, set, snapped, and spiked in under 15 seconds. That's type of execution we have not seen in a long time. And kudos to Gerard Mayo. I'm not giving it to AVP. This is Gerard Mayo's call at the end of halves on what they want to do. He said, sling it. Let the kids sling it. Go out there and make some plays. And they did. So maybe
that's coming from Kraft, not Gerard Mayo.
He's dialing down.
Yeah.
Roll
the ball, Gerard!
We're getting
said we got to throw.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll breed some confidence in them as we move into second halves moving forward. Case in point, good win to follow it all up. Nice win by the Patriots there, getting to 3-7. And you look at the future schedule. You got who's in there?
Rams next, then Miami.
Colts.
The Colts are still there. You got to play the Bills twice.
There's another team in there that is
Bills twice.
Miami, Colts, the Rams, if
Cardinals,
Arizona,
Chargers.
yeah.
Cardinals. Okay, so they'll probably lose at least a majority of those games, but gives you a little hope. Gives you a little hope to actually watch.
Which is the only one that is like a guaranteed win? Is that the Colts game? You think is that like their best win? Like if you had
I
to
think
rank
the
all of
last
them,
game of the season when the Bills have had the division wrapped up for 6 weeks is their biggest one to win because
the
nobody's
Chiefs-
going to play that fucking game.
Chiefs are sitting there undefeated. Yeah, Drake Maye is going to go for 450 and 4 touchdowns against the Bills.
That's a home game too. That's a home game. That's
so
they
you've
could
got
win that game.
You've got 5 wins on the schedule here. They should beat the Colts. They should beat the Colts.
Yeah.
At this point, if they play like they played on Sunday, that's their most winnable game. But Bobby's right. If the Bills pack it in the last game of the season, then that should be a
Chargers. You could get 6 wins.
They're probably going to get
5. I think 5 is very doable. I think 6 would be some. Yeah, it's
we'll be
possible.
throwing a goddamn parade because we will be tooting on everybody's head how right we were with the wins on that one.
Of course, you wanted a little update after 10 weeks, what we had?
Please.
Yep. All right. I had 2 wins. You both had 4 wins. So on average, what do we have? 3.
3, baby.
Follows for more.
Is that the actual average? What's 11 divided by 3? It's not 3.
It's not 4.
This is the Semi Sports Show. If you like what you heard here, please, again, rate, subscribe, review. Hit the follow button and join us on Thursday live at 8 o'clock on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. That's it. Or check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.